Hey gardeners, Enlightenment Garden, end of April here. Just want to do a quick update on the 2020 grafts. This is the wonderful pomegranate that I completely top worked earlier this year with all new varieties of pomegranate. And you can see they're doing pretty well. Actually, this granada is producing flowers. Trying to produce fruit, so I'll have to definitely cut those off. Give this a chance to grow. The biggest thing is just pulling that rootstock off so that these have a chance to grow. And they've been pretty good about that, so these are getting some size now. So again, this is the Jasarski Rosavi. This one is Izadi. This is the Madavi Vasha, the Granada, of course. This one on this side is the Serenevi. So put on some decent growth. I think this will probably be about 5 feet tall by the end of the year. Oh, and these I did more recently. This is a Kazaki Desertni. You can see most of these are Rhinebark approach grafts. And I'll just update you on the fig grafts. I didn't do too many this past year, a few. Source is Harvey at Figaholics. And also a local person that I did a trade with. So first one I want to show you, this is a white Madeira. Did 2 Rhinebark approach grafts. You can see the one on the right didn't do much of anything. That one might fail, but the one on the left, very vigorous, and you can see main crop figs coming in on this graft. This is Joe's Jersey graft. And as far as the electric tape, I leave that on. Let the tree pretty much tell me when it needs to be removed. It'll start coming off on its own once the tree is done with that and is expanding at the graft union. This is the graft of the Calvert. And this graft here is Caesarani. And another Calvert back here. This is another one of the Caesarani. I always like to do 2 grafts of each variety that I buy. The scions are large enough you can easily divide it into 2. And that way, if one fails, I've got something to fall back on. This is Nixon Peace. Another Nixon Peace. Good size grafts. This is another fig graft that was put on a couple months ago. This is the St. Martin. Good amount of growth. Okay, this is a graft of Victoria. A little bit of fig mosaic going on here. I don't find that fig mosaic really affects our trees too much here. In other climates where maybe they're not as vigorous because lack the heat and sun for their growth, that could hamper their production. But here I don't see that as being an issue. This is the other Victoria. Graft union in here. Okay, and here is a Pontotressa. It's the graft union. It's pretty healthy. And here we've got the other Pontotressa. And then over here I've got a pair of Galicia Negra grafts. So 100% success with grafts. I just use that grafting tool for all of these that makes a nice saddle graft for you. I'd say the biggest tip is if you want to graft, don't heavily prune. And then come spring, you have a lot of options for grafting.